Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another Broke Boy movie review. Today, since Spider-Man came out a week ago.
Bro,
What?
you sound lit.
Oh, well,
man.
thank you.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to be talking. Well, since the new Spider-Man game,
since the release of Spider-Man 4 this past Friday.
Spider-Man 4.
What it was? Well, no, I mean, sorry, Spider-Man PS4. I'm sorry,
Thank you.
not Spider-Man 4. Although as much as I want it to happen.
Don't let it happen again.
What was that? Wait, when was that? That was
this past Friday. Yeah,
this past
it came out
Friday.
a week ago.
This past Friday on September 7th. So Spider-Man has been trending, so we decided to reanalyze the original Spider-Man trilogy, directed by Sam Raimi, that starred Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst, and James Franco.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Look.
So anyway,
he's saying, but like actually,
it's still.
They're better than most of this. I'd say in all of the Spider-Man. You can't really compare it to Tom Holland's, because Tom Holland was just like.
Well, we'll get to that in another video. It doesn't matter. Today we're talking about the trilogy. So, Jared and I have rewatched the trilogy. I've rewatched it twice just to make sure, kind of wanted to take a few notes and pretty much, make sure I wasn't missing anything.
I watched Spider-Man. I think I watched the first one twice, and then Spider-Man 2 and 3 I watched like one after the other in the same sitting.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So these movies are very, my opinion is, they're very dated.
Okay, my opinion is no, they're not very dated. They hold up.
But either way, before let's do a quick introduction really quick. We're like 2 minutes in, 3 minutes in.
Right.
Anyway,
you don't matter, bro. This is gonna be a long podcast. We're gonna be here for a while.
Oh, not really. Well, we'll see.
I'm gonna just shave after.
Anyway, my name is Christian from Broke Boy Gaming, and today I have Jared with me as well. And yeah, I just want to do a little quick introduction. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah. I've been missing from Broke Boy for like a month or two.
We all have been. It's been about a month since I haven't
been on anything. I haven't made any videos like you guys have recorded shit. I haven't been.
We only
maybe
recorded
one. Maybe in like 2 months. I haven't even Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, you weren't here for the last.
There were other videos that you've released, and I wasn't like.
It's all right.
Busy.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, whatever.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, we're busy, we can't.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, so let's start off with Spider-Man 1.
All right, now hold on.
So starting off with Spider-Man 1. Starting with Spider-Man 1 for me.
Okay, well, hold on. I think in order to analyze the movie, say whether they're really good, we need to make some sort of criteria. All right. So, I feel like it has to have a good actual flow of the story. So I'm writing this down. Flow of story. I think it should also have basically good flow of story and
staying true to the characters.
Yeah, true to character. And then I would say no basically just stuff that's like obnoxiously out of place. So
I guess, well, yeah.
Which Spider-Man 3 violates, and that's why it was so bad. Like, if you actually take out that massive that like tiny segment that's like 10 minutes long.
We'll get to it when we get to Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, and then I also think it shouldn't really so it's more drama focused, right? I'm not really saying these aren't really action movies. Like a superhero movie is supposed to be. It's like they're drama movies. Supposed to tell a story.
Well, but you also have to remember that these were the only Spider-Man movies we had growing up.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And superhero movies weren't really big, as they are now. Obviously.
No. They were big then, because it was basically.
We didn't have that many.
But I'm gonna parable it, right? So basically, DC had Batman, which was the same. It was, and then you have Marvel with Spider-Man, right? And so Spider-Man tried to take the place after the 1989 Batman thing that they fucked up.
I understand that, but. Either way, I'm just saying it's been a while. We haven't had a lot of superhero movies prior to that, especially in our lifetime. But anyway, getting into Spider-Man 1.
We had Blade, but that's I don't really consider that superhero. It's more just like vampire thing.
Right. So with Spider-Man 1 came out in 2002, May 3rd of 2002. So it has been a minute. Director Sam Raimi, writers Stan Lee and Steve Ditko.
It's been 16 years, boy.
16 years, starring Tobey Maguire, Kristen Dunst, Willem Dafoe, as we said earlier. So yeah, we'll.
Okay, so here. Okay, so do we want to talk about casting for characters? Because I don't really. It's also up to like you can cast a good actor and then have a shit director and it'll break it.
Right. Yeah, that happens all the time. But
so I don't really know if we should.
We got to start this. So
I know we got started. All right, so let's see. Spider-Man 1. Okay, so it's me versus. So not really versus.
It's just versus. We're just giving our own opinions.
So do you think Spider-Man 1 is good or bad?
Overall, I think it's okay. I don't think it's the best. Like when I was a kid, obviously I loved it. I thought it was the best thing on earth. Going back and watching it, like it had its funny moments. It had its its serious moments.
Out of like the Spider-Man.
I thought it was okay, but I don't think it holds up at all. Like the CGI is terrible. Like
CGI is terrible, but they rarely actually use it. When they do use it, you know, but they do it when it's dark, and so it's like you have to be looking for that. Which this movie being 16 years old, honestly,
it kind of just pops out.
Honestly, when I was watching it, I was looking at it, and it's like, oh yeah, that's kind of doesn't blend well. But I mean, then there's like just as a note, Amazing Spider-Man 1. 2012. There's parts of it that are CGI that are so trash, and even like there's gonna be hiccups in CGI either way. But for that time, for 2002, that was fucking phenomenal CGI.
I read a few. I read a few critics about it, and even from back then, and they said the CGI looked terrible.
Bro, compared to the Matrix CGI.
I'm just saying. Either way.
All right, no.
It was hot garbage. But the story itself, I liked. It was a very fast-paced movie. More than I remember.
Think so.
Huh?
I don't know.
What are you talking about? Like, okay, the part when during the parade float, and out of nowhere the Green Goblin comes in, and it's just like, he kills his executives or whatever. Boom, they're dead, and just eradicates them. And then out of nowhere, this is actually just like, look, it's Spider-Man, and then fucking in comes Spider-Man. Like it was like boom, boom, boom. I was like, wow. That happened like super freaking fast.
I mean,
it was like Joker, look, there's Spider-Man, boom. I was like, whoa, wow, that was like really fast.
It didn't seem that fast to me. Like that, so Spider-Man 1, it had more emotional build-up and more like there was more dramatization of the interplay between the relationships between all of the characters before there was actually fight scenes. Like in Spider-Man 1, there's only like 3 fight scenes.
Right. Spider-Man 1 is an origin movie, so
it's an origin movie, but it's also the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy is I'd say like about 90% parallel to everything that happens in like the first like maybe like 50 issues of the comics, the whole trilogy.
I mean, yeah, but that's not what he was really aiming for.
I know, not the whole trilogy. I'm saying Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Right. Well, I mean, for Spider-Man 1,
Spider-Man 3 he pulled out of his ass, but Spider-Man 1 was significant. It was extremely well written. No. Before he actually becomes Spider-Man was like at like the 45 or like even hour mark of the movie when he actually like is legitimately like Spider-Man. Because before that it was kind of like it was good, which I like. They spent a lot of time.
Well, yeah, I like that. I was just, like going back and watching them, I was like, why is Aunt May so old? Like,
because she's supposed to be old, bro.
Not that old. She's ancient.
She's old. She's ancient, bro. That's how she is in the comics.
She's old.
Yeah, in the comics. So basically, I
don't know. The Ultimate Spider-Man, whatever.
Well, that's Ultimate Spider-Man. This is the actual Spider-Man, right?
But still,
So for those of you that read the comics, or those of you that know that don't want to be informed, so Ultimate Spider-Man is basically what the Amazing Spider-Man and Homecoming versions of Spider-Man are, and in those, Spider-Man is significantly younger, as well as Aunt May and Uncle Ben and everything. Whereas the actual Spider-Man, which is in the comics, is just called the Amazing / Spectacular Spider-Man, whereas in the movie, it's just Spider-Man 1. He's older. When he gets his powers, he's about to graduate from college, senior year of high school. Sorry, and then he goes on to college. And then Also, there's a time constraint between each movie, so by the time it's Spider-Man 2 or 3, he's actually in like grad school. So that explains why why they casted an older actor to play Spider-Man.
Right. I mean, yeah, because he was supposed to be like 16, 17. Like the movie starts off when he's like a senior in college. High school.
Yeah, when he's like 18. He's like 18, and then he's like 18 or 19 in the movie. The first movie was during the summer, so he's like 19.
But yeah, you know, Tobey Maguire was like 27 years old when the movie came out. But like, I don't know, like there's really cool scenes. Like, you know, after he gets bit by the spider, that spider was not CGI, by the way. That was a real trained spider.
What?
That was a trained spider.
So they painted him?
Yes.
They painted it?
Yes.
Okay.
And the scene where where MJ like trips and like her entire lunch like goes in the air. That wasn't CGI either.
Also, Tobey Maguire did all of his own stunts. He had no stunt double.
Yeah, which I thought was pretty cool.
Which is crazy. That's also kind of why he like bombed Spider-Man 3, because he had been wanting to quit because he was getting hurt so much.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Overall, I mean, the first movie, it was good. Like it's really cheesy, you know. Obviously, it's really dated. A lot of the jokes are really dated. Like when
what do you mean the jokes? They're not dated.
When
that was the
when
shit
he's
that
inside the cage match. When he's fighting what's his face, he's like, oh, he was like, did your husband give that to you? Like, or whatever. Like, that was a dated joke. Like, no one says that anymore.
That's when the movie came out, 2002.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said it's dated.
I guess it's dated, but are we talking about whether it holds up now, or are we talking about whether it's good? I mean, I think it is. It's
I don't think it holds up now at all.
You know. See, look. It's like different, right? So like, if you were to go back and watch Power Rangers, you're like, bro, what the fuck? Why we like this as kids, right?
Dude, but if you go back and watch Yu-Gi-Oh.
If you go back and watch now, it's like, okay, this makes sense why we all fuck with this, right? Power Rangers, like, bro, I just tried watching the first episode. I got 10 minutes in and I quit. All right.
Well, yeah, I mean now, but like I'm just saying, so, like me personally, my opinion, I don't think Spider-Man 1 holds up to date. I mean, it's nice to go. It's fun to go back and watch them. Like I don't consider them to be necessarily Spider-Man 1 to be necessarily a good movie, like a great movie. But like I think it's watchable. Like, bro, I think it's funny to go back and watch because there's just those cheesy, like when Peter is walking out of the house and he's supposed to be helping Uncle Ben. He's like, hey, Picasso, don't forget we got to paint the kitchen later.
He didn't say Picasso, he said Michelangelo.
Whatever, same thing. He was like, right back at you, Daddy-o, or whatever. I mean,
he didn't say that.
I mean, I know this. I'm just paraphrasing. I'm just, just kind of messing around. But this is a little cheesy finger wag points like that.
That wasn't really a finger wag. That was Uncle Ben's character. Uncle Ben is old. She's supposed to make old humor like
Peter
that.
did that. Like Toby did that. Yeah, he did. He points back at him.
No, what? No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He's like, or maybe he does point back at him. He's like, all right, I got it. He's like, no, but Uncle Ben's the one who calls him Michelangelo.
Roll the clip.
Oh my god. All right, but no, okay, so
if I knew how I
would. I think Spider-Man 1 is still the best Spider-Man movie. Out of all the
all three?
I know, not even all three. Out of all, what the fuck, 6 or 7? I still believe Spider-Man 1 is better.
Okay.
Is best in terms of storytelling.
We're done here. We're done here.
In terms, okay. Now, in terms of fight scenes, not really.
I mean, no, fight scenes were.
In terms of the actual progression of the story, it is fucking phenomenal.
The best actor in. Actually, no, that's a tie for me. It's gonna in Spider-Man 1, is J. Jonah and Willem Dafoe. Those are like the two best.
J. Jonah Jameson. Okay, so
like
you know how there's a Spider-Man 2.1.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's actually the one that I accidentally watched because there was so much shit in there that I was like, bro, this was never in the theaters. So Spider-Man 2.1 actually made it way cornier than it was. Because there was like the elevator scene where he walks in the elevator. When he loses his webbing or whatever.
Oh yeah, and he's talking to the guy and he's like,
he's talking
he's
to the
like,
guy.
Nice suit. He's like, thanks. It rides up in the crotch a little.
Yeah, and that was a theatrical release. He just says rides up in the crotch a little, and then they close the elevator and goes up. In the extended version, he's like, that whole scene is like 2.5 minutes long or something. It's like this advertiser's trying to like it was just so fucking stupid. It was like stupid. I was like, bro, of course they cut this. This was horrid. It was unnecessary. It's like
so
the
we're moving on to
advertiser's,
two
like,
right
trying
now, or do you want to keep?
I mean, no, I'm still talking about one. Okay, so now if we want to talk about
okay, I'm like, okay, let's just talk about the villain in general, because
the villain. All right,
yeah,
so
the villain. You gotta get Willem Dafoe.
It's Willem Dafoe, who is going to play fucking
Green Goblin.
No, he's gonna play Vincent Van Gogh, and I'm like, bro, I don't know how I see Green Goblin being Vincent Van Gogh, bro. It's like two opposite things.
I mean, I don't know. Either way, I think he was a very
he was an extremely good Green Goblin.
Yeah, he was very comic booky. He was like, "I surrender" when he comes up afterwards,
no, that's because the voice, it was basically when they created Green Goblin, they were like, all right, so basically,
I wasn't a fan of the mask though.
Of the mask, yeah,
but like obviously, for the times, huh?
Not even for the time. No, they could have done a different mask. They could have had like his basic like a cowl type of thing going on.
Right.
Instead, they chose to cover his mouth, and I thought that was really.
Well, I mean, like his mouth wasn't like completely like you could kind of see it moving, but yeah, I know what you mean.
In some scenes you could see it, but I feel like they should have done like a cowl type of thing, like that Batman has, except like different. You know?
Yeah, I mean, either way, I mean, it was. I mean, he's very comic booky. He's like, "We'll meet again."
They did it because in the comic book, it's just a rubber mask that he wears over his head. It's like kind of stupid in the comic.
I think the best part is like, okay, do you remember Back to Formula? Because you thought I was joking in the group chat.
No, I thought you were joking, then you linked it. I'm like, bro, I don't know. And I went back and watched it.
He was like, we had to take this.
I don't know what it is.
We had to take this soldier Back to Formula. He was like, Back to Formula. And then after he gets injected with it, that poor scientist.
And he's like back to formula in my
he's
ass.
Like, back to formula. I was like, oh my god. He jumps up and like little like eagle, whatever. Like he's like, I was like, whoa there, buddy. Chill. I thought that was like the funniest part of the whole movie, but like he definitely was my favorite. Like, I mean, aside from like everyone has. No, I'm talking about from Spider-Man 1.
In the one movie. Okay, so
then in Spider-Man 1.
So we're gonna talk about each individually and then talk about the whole thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, then another funny part is like when Harry's a dick in this movie. And Peter gets shit on this. Peter gets shit on in every single movie in general.
Bro, dude, okay, yeah. So dude, Chris, this whole trilogy was like, bro, I remember when I used to get bullied like this.
Right? Like, that takes me back.
Even when he's Spider-Man, right? Like MJ's just throwing him around. Like, oh my god. Like,
you know who I am? Who are you?
Bro,
your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Look. From an emotional standpoint, right? If oh my god, like MJ's not, you wouldn't want to date her, bro.
No,
right?
not at all. She was terrible in the first movie. Like,
no. I'm just talking about like how they made it look like in the movies.
Well, yeah, I know. In the movie, she just seems terrible. Like,
well, yeah, no, because then she's also like going from guy to guy. It's like, bro. That's not.
Harry comes in and swoops in, and he knows that Peter likes in the first movie,
right?
And then like Peter tells him like when they're in the on the field trip,
or
in the field trip, when they're visiting the lab, and Peter's telling him all these cool facts about spiders and stuff, and then like Harry doesn't even care,
and then he uses it and shit. Like, bro, come on! I've had that shit happen to me, little bitch.
You rat bastard! You're such a bastard.
It was so horrible, dude.
It was terrible. But like, overall.
But like, no. But the thing is, though, like, you're not supposed to like Harry. That's the thing. You're supposed to be like have mixed feelings about him.
I mean, like, he's more like, it's not even that I hate him. He's just really annoying. Like in the first movie, he's fine because he's awkward. He's kind of a mess up. He's been going from private school to private school. Goes to public school, and his friends Peter Parker, and then. Swoops in and steals his girl, and Toby's like, bro. Peter's like, bro, like, what? Really?
Yeah.
And then, you get J.K. Simmons. His role is fantastic. Obviously,
he was. Wait, okay, so I think that's the best J. Jonah James. Was there another person who played J. Jonah Jameson, or was he the only one?
I think he was the only one. He was mentioned in the Amazing Spider-Man. But
out of all of the Spider-Man movies, I think he might be the only one.
He was perfect casting, absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He was the comic relief. That was hilarious, bro. Oh,
yeah, I mean, like, oh, absolutely. I mean,
overall. He's like, and then it was full circle in Spider-Man 3 when he buys the camera from the little girl.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was pretty funny.
He's like, how much you want for that camera? And she's like,
say that for later. Say that for later.
And she's like, oh, whatever. Save it for later. Right? Basically,
films extra.
Now, what's weird though is every element of this whole trilogy, it all pieces together. Like there's
like overall, it makes it's a fluid story, but
it's an extremely fluid story. And I know there's now in terms of emotional storytelling. This is
for Spider-Man 1.
It was good. It's good. It's good, bro. You know,
it was good. I don't know. Like, I just, I can only watch the first one so many times. I mean, like I said, I watched it twice. First time I didn't mind it. Second time I was like, all right. Like, yeah, we know what happens. But I thought it was like, I thought the pacing was not like super fast. When I say fast pacing, I mean it was just, there wasn't really like a super dull moment. We had, Ben Parker dies, and
now that with Uncle Ben, that was
he's a dick to him.
It's the best Uncle Ben ever. All right, I don't care what other I just
the best Uncle Ben's is in Homecoming.
What?
Exactly.
No, he's not in Homecoming. He's not
exactly.
in Homecoming. Shut your stupid ass up.
But yeah, overall, I'll rate the movie. We'll rate the movie as well.
Okay, you'll rate it.
I'll give it like a.
What do you give it?
I'll give it like a 5 out of 10.
A 5 out of 10? No, bro, that's an F. That's family.
I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
You giving it a 5 out of 10? Okay, so is this
something I can go back and watch and laugh?
So like, is this an academic grade or is this like a average grade? Like
neither. Just do it out of 10. So you can do decimals too. Okay, I'll give it 5.5.
Wait, doing decimals?
5.5.
No, 5.5. So what the fuck does that? What does that mean? Like, what is each number?
It's like below average.
In our scale.
It's a below average movie because it doesn't. I mean, none of these movies are honestly that watchable anymore. But
no, I disagree with you. But I like
watching have a little conflict. We can't agree on everything.
So I'm gonna give Spider-Man 1. I still give Spider-Man 1 I still give it like a 9, or no, not 9, like a 8.5 out of 10. See?
Okay.
Because it's still like. Well, it's also different to me. Like our ratings are gonna be different, right? Because you're watching it from like you didn't really grow up with comics. No, like.
I mean, no, I didn't, but I did grow up with these movies.
Yeah. And so that also has to do with like what.
I grew up more with manga.
Yeah, so it also has to deal with like if you grew up with the character and then they made a movie about it. Yeah, like it'll hold up differently versus like if you grew up like. Just without the character and they made a movie about it, and so you're just looking at it as in terms of a movie, right? I'm looking at it in terms of
right. Yeah, I mean, like I read a few Ultimate Spider-Man comics that I had, but not overall.
No, but the Ultimate Spider. This isn't even Ultimate Spider.
I mean, I know. I'm just saying that like those are like the. Yeah, I think I got one for watching the movie the first time. They were like selling Ultimate Spider-Man. I think it was like issue 1 or whatever. I can't remember, and I got it. But yeah, that's fine. 5.5 out of 10.
Well, yeah, I give it like a 8.5 out of 10.
Okay. All right. Moving on to Spider-Man.
We're gonna average ours though, right? We're gonna
average. What the hell do you mean? What are you talking about?
8.5 plus 5.5 divided by 2. Let's see where the fuck is.
Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen.
What you mean? Sorry about this, bro?
He's a little.
Whatever. We'll do it. We'll do it later.
Yeah.
We'll do it later.
I wasn't a big fan of the suit either.
Of the suit? What do you mean?
I just didn't like it.
Huh. All right. Well.
It was weird.
All right. I mean, I don't really know what to say to that, but okay.
Emo eyes.
Like that's a suit though. But
I know it's a suit. It's okay for Tobey Maguire. He did look a little puffy. He didn't look as thin as Spider-Man's supposed to look. That's all I'm saying. He looked a little.
You're talking about Ultimate Spider-Man. You're talking about
I'm talking about Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Number
I know.
one.
You're saying you're talking about. Oh, he didn't look as thin as he's supposed to look. Well, how he's supposed to look comes from the comic
Okay.
books.
You see this picture that's on here, the thumbnail I made, the guy in the lower left. That's like thin. That's like thin. It's fit.
Okay, go. Yeah.
And then you look at a picture of Sam Raimi.
No, that's made way after that image that you're linking is from after these movies came out. That is.
Either way, he looks a little puffy. That's all I'm saying.
No, bro. Look at Steve Ditko. He's supposed to be buff. Look up Steve Ditko Spider-Man. All right, I'm gonna link this. Not that buff. I'm linking it to you.
Okay. Either way, he is that buff. Either way, let's move on to Spider-Man 2 because I don't want this to be super long.
Oh my god.
All right. Okay. So Spider-Man 2, we got Doc Ock in the abyss in the house. We got Aunt May losing her house because her husband's dead and she didn't do any work around the fucking house. And she's like, oh, he handled all the bills. What am I supposed to do? Lazy piece of crap. No, I was kidding.
What you mean, bro? She old. Maybe she got Alzheimer's.
Exactly. Why is she so old, Jared? Why?
Listen,
she's supposed to be that old. She's ancient.
Don't worry about it.
Anyway, Spider-Man 2. We got
because Ben Parker and Aunt May are so Peter's parents are Richard and Mary Parker. So right. Richard is Uncle Ben's little brother.
Right.
Okay. So Uncle Ben is old. Just like is that he's going to be, he's like 10 or like
okay, yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's move on. Spider-Man 2, like I said, we got Doc Ock, we got this is where Peter Parker, Toby just gets shit on he gets shit the entire movie for no reason, and they're trying to show like, you know, the two sides of like, oh, he's trying to balance all this stuff. He's failing his grades. He can't go see MJ's plays anymore because MJ sucks as a singer, and everything else in between. Well, actually, no, I think that's Spider-Man 3.
No, that's Spider-Man 2, bro.
Oh, okay. See,
with the plays and everything, yeah. Spider-Man 3 was just, or wait.
No, that was Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, that was the beginning of Spider-Man 3. Yeah, but Spider-Man 2 was he didn't have time for like anything.
Anything.
In his class.
So like the very beginning scene, I liked a lot. I think this one had a lot more emotion to it overall. I mean, the only thing I didn't like, I liked. When did Spider-Man 3 come out? I mean, 2. My God, I'm sorry. I think it came out in 2004. 2004. Yeah. So, I forgot the guy who plays Doc Ock, but
I think that was the best villain out of the whole.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But his motives just weren't there. Like, it didn't make any sense. Like, okay, you know, he gets the not the anti-mania, whatever you want to call it. We're just gonna call it
Meridium.
Yeah, Meridium. Something. And you know, he wants to make like a second son, essentially. You know, they're at the, you know, Peter meets him. He's like, oh, he's like, you're a brilliant but lazy boy. Blah blah blah. They bond over coffee and all this other stuff. And then he makes, you know, he's doing his presentation with his mechanical arms, and Peter, being the smart man that he is, like finds a miscalculation. And then Doc Ock's like, what are you talking about?
It's like, no. This is my life's work. It's not a miscalculation. Like,
yeah, Dr. Connors doesn't know what he's talking about. Why the fuck would he send me to you? But yeah, so like, you know, everyone pretty much dies essentially. And you know, from the first movie after, this is like the crazed Harry Osborn. He was like,
because at the conclusion of the conclusion of Spider-Man 1 though, just to.
It made sense.
It was real. It made sense because Spider-Man has killed. Whenever Spider-Man kills, it's on accident in the comics. So that's the one.
Yeah, but Peter didn't kill him.
I know exactly. But
touch that man.
Like, yeah, but the thing is though is like, no, I know. I'm just talking about like that very last scene. Like you actually like.
Yeah, and he's like, "Don't tell Harry."
You see, well, no, but you see how psychotic Norman Osborn is as a character,
right?
Which comes into play later because it's not even Norman Osborn. It's the Goblin formula that makes them go insane.
Right, so right.
Like,
back to formula.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
So in comparison to Spider-Man 2 was good.
I think it's the best out of all three.
Yeah,
But
I'd say that's all three because Spider-Man's already established and they had more room to experiment with like.
I just didn't get Doc Ock's like motives. He was like, oh, he's like, I had to rebuild the sun. It's like, okay, and then what?
I don't know, because if you were like listening to that, it's because the like whatever his arms.
Well,
arms
yeah, his chip got.
Those weren't artificial intelligence, so he had that chip to prevent them from like speaking in his brain, so you could make control them, and it gets burnt by the star thing. So then they start to, it's like having voices in the back of your head.
Right. I mean, I understand that. Like, they wanted him to rebuild it, but like, there was no purpose other than that.
I did notice that. I was like, what? I was like, why are you rebuilding it though?
And another thing, when he rebuilds it at the very end, the shit goes to the bottom of the bay. The bay's not that deep.
I mean, it's not like
it's not like it's a like.
It was a star, so he had to drown it entirely so that it could actually like. It wasn't even the bay, right? They said river. They said river, but they weren't. That wasn't an actual river. So do you know where they were? Because they're in New York. He drowned it in the ocean, bro.
Bro, that was not the ocean.
That was the ocean,
bro. They're in the fucking bay.
They're in New York.
How deep is that bay?
Harbor. It's in a harbor. It doesn't matter how deep it is, bro. That shit probably is at the center of the earth right now, my guy, with the mole people.
What? Mole people.
I am the Underminer.
I was literally just thinking of that. For years I've been beneath you. Now you will be beneath me. That was good stuff. Great movie. But yeah, so with Spider-Man 2, I never saw 2.1, but yeah, I mean, overall it was just. What I really liked about Spider-Man 2 is when he gives up being Spider-Man and
can we talk about that Usher scene at the French? No, not the French restaurant. It was no.
Oh yeah, when he tries to go see her play, and they wouldn't let her in.
Her play.
That dude's a dick.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, tie your shoes." You're
Spider-Man. So Spider-Man 2, right? She wasn't on Broadway yet, but she was an actress. And Spider-Man 3, she is on Broadway.
Getting there. Right.
So that,
she was getting there.
Yes,
no, dude, that Usher was a dick.
Actually, you know, he's in Spider-Man 3 too. He's at the French restaurant. He's the host of the French restaurant. It's the same exact actor, but it's playing like a different character.
Either way, it was.
No, that was just like a little funny thing that was like hilarious because it's like he was a dick at the French restaurant too because he was like, oh, this is a French restaurant, so we should speak French, right? It's like, bro. Come on,
he's like, I am French. He was like, okay. But no, okay. So yeah, Spider-Man 2, the Usher.
I just liked how that connected to Spider-Man 3. That's what I was like saying. I was like, that was fun.
He was
the same exact actor.
He was just annoying as fuck to me, just in general.
It was really irritating, bro.
Well, like he would tell Peter, fix himself up, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, you can't go in." He's like, bro, I gotta take it."
He just wasted his time. He's like, "Oh, sorry, if you were here 5 minutes," he's like, "I was. You had me tying my shoes and shit."
Right. Fuck, get the hell out. Get that shit out of here.
Fuck, bro.
It was so dumb. Well, yeah. So he's balancing. Oh yeah, the pizza scene during the very beginning was pretty funny too, where Peter goes into the alley with like the 8 deep dish pizzas, and it comes out with Spider-Man. The guy's like, "Hey, Spider-Man just stole that dude's pizzas."
It's like, you
idiot.
So and then he somehow, when he enters the building, he goes out of the supply closet, and the secretary's like, "What?" And
that was really funny.
He's like 30 seconds late, right? And she's like,
"I'm not paying for those.
I'm not paying for those." And he's just he was gonna go back to the supply closet, go out, and she's like,
I don't know how he got in there. That made no sense.
Probably. I don't see. I was gonna say through the vents, but I'm like, okay, how's he gonna fit all of the pizzas through the vents?
I don't know, man.
We like, I know Spider-Man can crawl on vents and shit because he's like.
I mean, people in comic books sometimes are really stupid. Like, you clearly saw Peter run into an alley with those pizzas, and Spider-Man swoops out like 2 seconds later. He stole that guy's pizzas.
Listen.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Would I have a story?
It's like, wow, what a guy. But yeah, I mean, like, people are a little bit more oblivious. It's kind of like with Superman, Clark Kent. Like, I mean,
well, I don't know. I Well, I mean, you know, in general, like, have you ever been outside, bro? You know, people are oblivious.
Yeah, that's true. That is
stupid.
very true. And especially this 2018, anything can happen.
Or people be stupid. You outside, you put on some sunglasses, you a different person.
So true. It's like, how'd you do that? Fuck. Oh, it's my vegetables.
Oh, I see. Eat
your vegetables, kids.
That's good. That's
Like, dude, like he's clearly. It's like, I don't know. Even just going back to the first one for a second.
Okay, now look.
You wouldn't think that anyone would know he's Spider-Man.
Well, yeah. From the first and second one, it's like yeah. There's little things like that, but it's only like it's like people that are random, right? They don't really know who Peter Parker is, right? They're just looking at this dude who's like,
especially in two, he's getting crap beat out of him.
Right, yeah, and then so, you know what? I'm actually bringing this up right now, right? Because in the Amazing fucking Spider-Man, right? He does all this shit in his high school, like fucking.
We'll talk about that in the other video.
No, because that movie is ass. All right, we will talk about.
No, I know, right? Like the basketball scene. Especially the basketball scene.
It was the basketball scene, and he's on the football field, and he throws back the football, and he bends the whatever thing, which is made out of like fucking cast iron, and he bends it with the football from chucking a football at a cast iron like thing. That's not no. Yeah,
no one ever figures it out.
Yeah, and then also
like, yo, bro, you Spider-Man?
Yeah, and then the dunk thing with the basketball hoop, and he's also just like he doesn't, and then he's going and like dragging out criminals without a mask on. Like, what an idiot! Like who the fuck wrote that one? All right, but anyways, let's go back.
Anyway, back to the problem.
All right,
Spider-Man 2, overall great movie. I really liked the train scene, was really nice. But before the train scene, excuse me.
All right.
When he after he tells Aunt May, you know, he's the main reason why Uncle Ben dies, and which is true. And Aunt May just cut up and leaves. She's like, "Fuck you!" Just fucking leaves.
Well, no, because I feel like she didn't really know how to handle that. I'm saying that.
Well, yeah. When he finally comes back to talk to her, I really like it when
she has that speech. I like that too.
Yeah, the speech was definitely the highlight of the entire movie to me. I like the fight scenes a lot better in this one. Obviously, they were great. Aunt May is a little bit more funnier, you know, when she goes to the bank.
Spider-Man is for like drama though. Like Spider-Man is a dramatic story.
Yeah, but overall,
like,
it was a great movie.
Because Spider-Man ultimately is about like when it came out, it was like about teaching kids like morality and morals. And
right.
Like there's moral lessons to be taught here. Like you say, great power comes great responsibility, which is a direct quote from the comics. That's
obviously, absolutely. Yeah, overall, I just really enjoyed it. I just really hated Harry, and he was like, "I'm ruined. All I have is to kill Spider-Man." Yeah. I was like, "Whoa, Harry, Jesus, man!" He kept talking about it. If I was Peter, I'd be like, "Yo, Harry, shut the fuck up, all right?"
Yeah,
we know, we know. Like, come on, like we know you hate Spider-Man. Just stop talking about the guy for 2 seconds, please.
When they're at the No, I'm thinking of Spider-Man 3, or maybe we'll go to Spider-Man 3 right now. Yeah, let's go to Spider-Man 3.
Wait, hold on. We gotta rate Spider-Man 2. My God.
All right, bro. I don't know. Spider-Man 2.
I'll give this one. I'll give it a 7.5.
7.5.
Overall, right. I still don't think it aged all that well, but like it was a lot better. I know there's a few things he didn't really cover because I mean Peter just gets shit on the entire movie. To be completely honest, we're also running out of time, so
I'm gonna give it an 8.5, so same as Spider-Man 1, actually, and then not saying, you know, God, I don't really know how to do this. Okay, because it's not a 9.
Well, before we move on to 3,
Spider-Man 1 for me was an 8. I'm changing it, and Spider-Man 2 for me is an 8.5. There you go. Okay.
But yeah, so like towards the very end, you know, we because I want to talk about this one part before we go to 3, like really quick, because I mean, like we said, it's a very fluid trilogy, just like Lord of the Rings. Anyway, so you know we've my gosh, Harry finds out that Peter's Spider-Man. He's like,
and Mary Jane also at the end finds out that.
Okay, but listen, when Mary Jane says, "I want to be with you," I don't like, you know, I'll date you as you are. You know, I know you're Spider-Man, and you know, like, well, we're gonna get through this, whatever. Like, she said that she was okay with him being Spider-Man and them also dating.
Yeah.
Now on to 3.
Oh my
She gets
god,
pissed
you are right, bro.
that he's always Spider-Man and they're dating. Whatever happened to go get him, Tiger?
Because the reason she starts to get pissed off because she's not happy with herself, and because Peter becomes self-absorbed, right?
No, not at all.
No,
Peter gets shit on this movie too. I don't like this movie.
At the beginning of Spider-Man 3, right? He's self-obsessed with him. Spider-Man at the beginning of
Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. He's self-obsessed with himself, right? He's like because she's trying to relay her problems to him, and he's like, oh yeah, I know just how you feel, and then he talks about like he's like typing himself up as Spider-Man.
Supportive.
Right? No, he wasn't being supportive. Go back.
She's like, I want to talk about me. She was terrible.
No. Go back and watch it. No. Go back and watch.
I'm not watching that movie again. You can't make me.
All right, go back and watch the first hour. All right, because he wasn't being good. He was too self-obsessed in the fame that was.
Not at all. He was excited that things were going so well, that he was dating Mary Jane and everything was going smoothly.
I mean, yeah, he was. Bro,
she's like, when you said Spider-Man, I didn't think we were.
But then he no. But then he kisses Gwen Stacy, right? And that's what makes like in front of everybody.
Yeah, that Spider-Man. Was a bad part on.
Yeah, no, because he was being. Like
but then she trips him over that question. She's like, who was kissing her, Peter or Spider-Man? I'm like, okay, you cannot.
No, she can do that, bro. It's the same.
If he says Peter,
it's both of them.
She's gonna be like,
it's both of them, bro. No, because she knows he's Spider-Man, right? And he knows that she was there. So it's like, what the fuck you think's gonna happen, bro? Like that's not him.
Publicity, my guy.
That's his fault.
No, like, okay, no, that was terrible on his part. But just overall, I swear to Christ, it was just like, okay, Spider-Man 3 is the worst. I don't like it at all.
Spider-Man 3 got too dramatic.
Like I said, the only villain I liked was the Sandman, because again, he was the only one with real motives. And then, I mean, the fight scene during the very beginning, where after he fought, he wants to marry MJ, and then the fight scene between him and Harry was really well done. I think Harry gets a bump on the head.
No, that one though, that CGI in that one was horrible.
Oh no, it was terrible, but it was still a good fight scene, just overall.
Yeah,
I thought it was great. And he's just like, shut up. He's like, I didn't kill your father. And he's like, okay, like it doesn't make any sense to me that like
what
when he finds out,
which is at the very end of Spider-Man 2 when Doc Ock brings
when he finds out that Peter didn't kill his father, you would think
no he does at the very because no because the butler guy is like,
well, yeah, like, but Peter still goes to him and he's like, no man, well, okay, right before or whatever.
Well, yeah, that's part of the same scene, right? So Peter.
Yeah, I think it is. It's just annoying because it's like, you saw how crazy your dad was. Like, you wouldn't think, like, you've never heard of Spider-Man killing anyone. What makes you think he would kill your father? And with what weapons does this fucking Spider-Man have to like, surprise bitches, and just shakes him up.
He could snap somebody's neck, but honestly, it's
like, bro, Spider-Man, no Wolverine, all right? He ain't gonna be. He ain't no Black Panther. Right. He doesn't have any bladed weapons. Like, what does that make any sense? But yeah, Spider-Man 3 was just a hot garbage mess. Yeah. Venom was horribly done. I think I liked Spider-Man 3 when I was a kid a lot because Topher Grace was in it as well, and I loved that 70s show. But yeah, going back and watching it, I was just like,
no, Topher Grace was the most horrible decision of any actor
he was, but I'm saying as a kid, seeing him.
No, even as a kid, bro, I was like, who the fuck is this like dumbass? Why is his hair dyed blonde? Why does he look like an idiot, bro?
Dumbass.
Why is he? How is he supposed to be intimidating? Like, how is he Venom, right? Because like when I was a little kid, right, I was comparing this to the TV show when I was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean the 90s TV show's the best.
Absolutely. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
I'm like, okay, they're probably gonna find a big buff guy to play Eddie Brock, but
no.
Either way, Sandman.
They're supposed to because like Eddie's supposed to be like a.
I mean, the Venom movie's not gonna be that great anyway. So
listen, yeah, you're right. It won't, because there's not gonna be Spider-Man in it. But
well, apparently he might make a cameo appearance, but we'll see.
Might make a cameo, or because it's
they're trying so hard to tie that into the MCU, and I'm like,
which no. I think they can, because the Ultimate is the MCU is the Ultimate version.
But you can't have Venom without Spider-Man.
Well, no, because in the Ultimate comics, Venom, the symbiote is an experiment, right? So you can it bonds to Carnage.
Okay, but but they didn't.
And then it goes to Venom, and then from Venom it goes to Spider-Man in the Ultimate comics.
Yeah, but they never said this is an Ultimate storyline. Anyway, let's get back to.
Well, it has to be if they're gonna incorporate it into the cinematic universe, because that's what they've been doing.
I mean, it's gonna be ass anyway, so hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it bombs so that we actually get a real Venom MCU movie.
Yeah. I think they might reboot the MCU, just because they recently reacquired most of their everything in terms of Marvel Studios, but I don't really know. By reboot everything, I mean reboot it so that they can actually fit the fucking X-Men and everything. And
well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen. That'll happen after Avengers 4, because Captain Marvel is gonna be the new leader anyway.
And it's after you have,
so it's not like essentially a reboot. It's just like a clean slate.
Yeah, and after you have Thanos, I mean, honestly, you keep having cosmological things. So I think the next one.
It's definitely gonna be bigger.
It would be Galactus next, which is a fantastic.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, Spider-Man 3 was ass. Too much going on. Too many villains. Venom, we never really got a clear look at his. We kind of got a look at his face, but I just wanted to see more.
It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So Venom shows up in the last 30 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
So the movie is 2 hours.
It's just so inconsistent. It's this meteorite, boom, it's on Earth, and then it has a symbiote, and then Dr. Connors kind of researches it a little bit.
Yeah, he does research. Now what?
James Franco hides under a table.
Listen. Now, so the reason why this whole movie, the thing that subtracts, I'm gonna say 3 fucking points from this movie, right? Just alone, right? So that means whenever we rate it, it's 7 maximum, right? All right, so which is not gonna get a 7, but yeah,
we got James Franco hiding under a table.
The thing that breaks it is the sequence. As soon as he starts to actually is the sequence after basically Harry has MJ on the bridge, say that she can't be with
it was terrible.
It's right after that sequence is when Peter gets all edgy and shit. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go put on the black suits, and the black suit is bonded to him. And then he fucking has an emo haircut, and he starts doing emo, and then he starts doing emo hood rat shit around New York. And then
he eats cookies with nuts.
He eats cookies with nuts.
As Donkey said.
He walks down the street. He's dancing.
Yeah, his finger pointing. It's cringy.
And it's even more cringy now, because first of all, that style was never in, but it's even worse now. It's he's wearing loose fitting jeans, a baggy shirt. He just looks weird, bro. And he's pointing out these girls. They're all disgusted by him. And and then to top it off.
I don't know. Okay, no. Okay, so
listen, bro. He walks into the tailor shop, gets that black suit, and then he goes outside and he's just dancing in the middle of a doorway.
I mean, not even that. It's stupid because he starts flirting with the girl from his work during this in the third one.
Yeah,
I forgot. She didn't want to give him the time of fucking day in the first movie. He was like, "Hi, I'm Peter."
Yeah, but now that he's
I'm the new photographer. And she's like, cool.
Listen, but that's a whole nother topic, all right? And we're not that type of channel. All right. I'm thinking, but it was oh god. It was bad. Dumb. It was a bad, dumb movie, bro.
I did like Sandman. Sandman is the only one who had clear motives. I mean, I guess you could say Brock did too, because they're rivals, whatever. And
no, Eddie Brock didn't, bro. Who the fuck goes to church and asks Jesus to kill somebody? Explain.
Bro, he got humiliated at work, bro.
It don't matter, bro.
He was like, I want you to kill Peter.
Work. I want you to kill.
He's like, I come to you humble and humiliated.
It's I
want you to kill Peter Parker.
That's not humble.
Back to formula.
No, and then
Daredevil comes out of nowhere. No, I was kidding.
That would have been Spider-Man versus Daredevil. Remember that? That 3-episode series.
Yeah, I remember. Then Daredevil comes out of fucking nowhere. No. You got the Hulk, Iron Man, everyone's in this movie. But no, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, how did Venom like just run into like Sandman? Like,
well, so there's a lot of stuff that wasn't explained that I know about from the comics, but in terms of like transposing that to the movies, you have to explain that, right? So I'm going to explain what that was, but
and the foreshadowing when Harry's like, I would die for my friends. I wonder what that means.
Now, because they put 3 different villains in here, and they introduced basically the last villain in the last 30 minutes of the movie. They didn't have enough time to explain it, because the first like hour was about Sandman, and then you have the second half hour was about Green Goblin, and then you have the last half hour about like fucking the Venom and Sandman and Green Goblin and just everything just being retarded, right? So it's not really it doesn't really like add up. But so in the comics, so when the symbiote bonds to Spider-Man, afterwards it's removed, it has all of his memories and
and that's how it adapts.
And so that's how it was also able to track, like, that's how when he meets the Sandman, he said he calls him Flint. It's like, bro, when did the Sandman meet this guy? It's like, never.
Exactly.
But
it's like Flint,
but because the symbiote has all of Peter's memories, so he knows that it's Flint. So it's like
also, whatever. I guess.
No. I'm telling you that's what it is in comics. But
in the comics, but like they didn't have enough time in the movies. They don't explain it at all.
In the movie, they should have explained that, because in the movies, they did explain that the symbiote enhances aggravation, right? But they never explained all that other shit, which I just did. But I only know that because of the comics, right? In terms of the movie, it was asked because there was never any sort of inclination towards that, right? Yeah. Even before Dr. Connor says it, right? Like when he gets a symbiote, like you can tell it's kind of making him more aggravated, right? Mm-hmm. But the other point is just like, it's like, bro, how does he track down?
But like, even with Eddie though, it doesn't. I mean, I guess it makes him more aggravated, but like Eddie was already a dick to begin with. So
yeah, it was. It's also that casting, right? That was a terrible choice.
Yeah, like, it was a terrible choice.
Well, because he doesn't even really look the part, right? The most important.
I mean, no, he doesn't look the part, but I mean, overall,
he's a bad actor, all right, but like he's an actual bad actor though. That was also the thing.
Okay. I think he's a good actor for TV. For television.
Yeah, so he's a bad actor.
But no, that doesn't mean he's a bad actor. Fuck you.
That's what TV is, bro.
No, dude, TV's like 10 times better than movies nowadays anyway. Depending on what it is. Game of Thrones changed that.
Yep, I'm just ready for. Yep, I totally wanted Eric from That 70s Show to have a symbiote.
Right. Yep. Mom. But yeah, so overall, it's not a good movie at all.
No, not at all. I'm giving it like a 3.
I'm giving it a 1.5.
You know what? It fails. I'm giving it a 0.
It fails.
No, we can't give it a 0 because you can throw everything off. So it just gets a 1.5. All right.
Yeah, it's very tiring, but yeah. For this video, I just wanted to let everyone know out there, we were supposed to have our other friend, Harlan, join us, but doesn't look like he was able to make it. Just overall, I know he really wanted to do this. We might do like a smaller video with him later on, if he still wants to like add his comments into it overall. But this is going to be the main
for the Sam Raimi one.
For a Sam Raimi review. Did you get your PlayStation yet, Jared?
Yeah, I got it here, and I ordered
you got a Spider-Man PS4?
It'll be here on Monday. Yeah.
I'm getting a PS4 hopefully soon. Pretty soon. But yeah. So yeah, overall, since we kind of went through each movie, we're kind of coming up on the hour mark here, so we have about around 5 minutes. So, but yeah, overall, I think the second one obviously was the best. It was a very fluid trilogy. Harry dies. They had the final battle. Whatever. Like, it was. I think. I just want to play the game now, honestly.
Well, the game is different. The game is its own story that's based.
I kind of know what.
It's like another Web of Shadows, bro.
It's essentially, it's like Marvel's gaming universe. That's what Insomniac wants it to be, but I don't think that's going to happen, because since this game's only on PlayStation, not everyone's going to be able to play this game, like yours truly. You know, I mean, unless you buy a PlayStation. So it's like, that's the only second thing. Like, if they were to make a Marvel gaming universe, it would have to be third party. It cannot be tied down to one console. It just can't.
I agree. Also, making a third party would make a shit ton more
It
money.
has.
Like, yes.
I mean, yeah, money, but like it just has to be, because it needs to be easily accessible. But like that's the only thing I don't like about the Spider-Man thing, is that it's exclusive to PlayStation. But it's whatever. But yeah, overall the trilogy. I mean, for what it was, Sam Raimi did a good job with what he had. Thank God we did not get a fourth one, a fourth movie made. But yeah, I'm a little burnt out on the trilogy. I probably won't watch it for like a year or two until like the next new Spider-Man something comes out. Probably, honestly, I will go back and maybe watch it next year when Spider-Man Far From Home comes out. Just because it's something to watch, but doesn't necessarily mean I like it all that much, you know. But it's fun to watch overall. But did you have any last comments?
Oh yeah, I do. We're gonna arrive at the conclusion.
All right, so the conclusion is that this trilogy
is
ass.
So according to both of us, our average this trilogy is rated a 5.4. So that means you can watch it if you want to, just to experience the nostalgia, but we don't recommend making this a big thing.
Right.
So just
5.4.
5.4, right? Yeah.
Overall,
yeah,
from 3 movies.
So that's average, right? We're not doing like fucking school grades, right?
That's no, because
this would mean it fails, but no.
I mean, it kind of does, though.
I mean, listen, Spider-Man 3 does. Spider-Man 3 is what skewed all these results.
Mm-hmm.
So here, if you just want to watch Spider-Man 1 and 2, it's like,
it's what? Tell me, Jared.
Hold on. Just
swear to me.
Oh. Swear to me!
Swear to me!
Oh my God.
I love Batman. Where is he? Where is he?
Alright, so Spider-Man 1 and 2, it's a 7.375. So that's actually that's good.
That's actually a little bit too generous, but yeah.
I don't even know if that's too generous, because Spider-Man 2 is really great.
No, it's all right. But yeah, that pretty much concludes this movie review of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy overall. Jared, thank you for being on here with me and talking about this. We will be doing the Amazing Spider-Man movie review. We have a lot more to say about that, since there's only 2 movies, and it's we're gonna have some fun nitpicking with the Amazing Spider-Man,
especially because we don't really so we're biased here, but we're biased for a reason. We're going to explain that to you in the second the second iteration of these
these Spidey views, whatever you want to call them. But what was I going to say? So thank you all for tuning in, number one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do like our content overall, and share this video with someone who likes Spider-Man. You know, it just helps. We're all in a Spidey spirit.
And follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Wait, we don't have an Instagram, but
why will we have an Instagram? No, follow us on Twitter at Broke Boy Gaming, and we do have a Twitch channel. We just don't really stream.
Twitch, you don't really use it.
Maybe I think we're going to be streaming a lot more when Super Smash Brothers Ultimate
pretty active. Pretty active on Twitter.
Pretty active on there. It's just Broke Boy Gaming. All that garbage will be left in the description down below.
I don't know. I would say follow us on LinkedIn, but who the fuck does that?
Follow us on LinkedIn, Google Plus, and MySpace.
What, MySpace?
MySpace. And I'll leave my AOL down below.
Oh, AOL. Oh, wow.
No, but yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Drop a comment. Let us know what your favorite of the Spidey Sam Raimi trilogy is, and just some of your favorite Spidey comments. We don't get that many comments, but it's all right. We do this for fun.
It's okay.
It's all good. But yeah,
our souls are withering, but it's okay.
We're taking this video back to formula.
My shiny teeth that twinkle just like the stars in space. My shiny teeth that sparkle adding beauty to my face. My shiny teeth that glisten just like a Christmas tree. You know they walk a mile just to see me smile. Woo! Shiny teeth and me.